Hello and welcome, friends. Let me begin with a gentle question. Have you ever tried turmeric to ease your joint pain or support your memory, but quietly wondered if it's really working? You're not alone. As we grow older, we start paying more attention to our health. We try to eat better. We move more. We look for gentle remedies, natural ways to care for the bodies that have carried us so far. And turmeric, that golden spice. It's everywhere. People say it reduces inflammation, protects the brain, and soothes stiff joints. And yes, turmeric can do all of that. But only if your body can absorb it properly. Here's what most people don't know. Even something as healthy as turmeric can backfire if you use it the wrong way. Yes, really. Some everyday foods, things most of us eat without a second thought, can actually block turmeric's healing power. Even worse, they might cause digestive issues, more inflammation, or make you feel worse, not better. So if you're over 60 and taking turmeric daily to protect your health, I want you to pause and really hear this. You might be combining turmeric with the wrong foods, and that could cancel out its benefits completely. As a doctor with over 30 years of experience working with older adults, I've seen this happen again and again. Someone starts taking turmeric, hoping it will ease their arthritis, sharpen their memory, or calm their digestion. But nothing changes. Or sometimes, things even feel worse. Here's the truth. Turmeric only works when it's used correctly. And that's exactly why I made this video. Today, you'll learn why turmeric is powerful for older adults, but only if it's absorbed the right way. 3 everyday foods in your kitchen that could be blocking turmeric's effects. A real story of a patient in her late 60s who used turmeric for months with no results, until we changed one simple thing. And finally, 3 food pairings that unlock turmeric's full healing potential. This video isn't about scaring you. It's about giving you something more powerful than any pill, knowledge. And by the end, you'll know exactly how to make turmeric work for you, not against you. But before we get started, let me say a warm welcome again. Where are you watching from today? I'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment below and let's connect. Because this is more than a channel, it's a community. And if you ever have questions about your health, your wellness, or just want someone to listen, I'm here for you. Also, don't forget to hit subscribe and tap the little notification bell so you never miss simple, helpful tips from senior healthcare. Together, let's stay strong, stay healthy, and enjoy every precious moment with the people we love. Now, let's dive in. Let's take a moment to talk about something that might already be sitting in your kitchen cabinet: turmeric. That bright yellow spice you've probably seen 100 times. You may have heard friends or family talking about it, or maybe you've even tried adding a little to your tea or meals. For those of us over 60, turmeric has become a bit of a natural health hero. But why, exactly? Well, turmeric isn't just a trendy spice. It's one of the most well-researched natural remedies out there. Both traditional and modern medicine have taken a serious look at this bright yellow root. And the reason is something called curcumin. Curcumin is the main active ingredient in turmeric, and it's what gives turmeric its deep color, as well as its remarkable healing potential. Now, as we age, our bodies go through a number of changes that we all feel in one way or another. For instance, the cartilage in our joints starts to wear down, which may lead to stiffness, inflammation, and discomfort, especially in the knees, hips, and hands. You might also notice that your digestion just isn't what it used to be. Acid reflux, bloating, or that heavy feeling after a meal might become more frequent. Then there's our cardiovascular system. Over time, our blood vessels lose elasticity, raising the risk of heart problems. And then there's something many of us don't notice right away, but it quietly undermines our health: low-grade chronic inflammation. This kind of inflammation quietly affects our brain function, weakens our immune system, and speeds up aging at the cellular level. This is where curcumin comes in. According to Harvard Health and the Cleveland Clinic, curcumin has been shown to reduce systemic inflammation. That's the kind of ongoing inflammation that quietly chips away at our health. Curcumin also blocks certain molecules in the body, like TNF-alpha and Illinois-6, which are responsible for promoting inflammation. Think of them as little messengers constantly sounding the alarm, keeping your body in a prolonged state of alert. When curcumin steps in, it helps quiet those signals. And the advantages go even further. Curcumin also helps boost the body's own antioxidant enzymes. These are the good guys that help protect our cells from damage caused by free radicals, the unstable molecules that increase as we age and are linked to chronic conditions like cancer, Alzheimer's, and heart disease. So in that sense, curcumin works on two fronts. It helps calm the inflammation, and it shields our cells from further harm. In terms of circulation, curcumin supports healthier blood flow and can even help keep blood vessels more flexible. That means better oxygen delivery to our brain and muscles, something that makes a real difference when it comes to staying mentally sharp and physically active in our later years. And when it comes to memory, preliminary studies have suggested that curcumin might help reduce the buildup of certain proteins in the brain that are linked to cognitive decline. So by now, you might be thinking, great, I'll just start taking turmeric every day and I'm all set. Here's the catch. According to sources like Mayo Clinic and WebMD, less than 1% of curcumin actually gets into your bloodstream if you take it by itself. That means if you're simply stirring turmeric into your tea and expecting dramatic results, you may be missing out on its full potential. The body tends to break down and eliminate curcumin before it has a chance to get to work. This is where food pairing becomes essential. Some natural compounds can help curcumin pass through the gut and into the blood more effectively. One of the most powerful enhancers is black pepper. Black pepper contains piperine, which can increase the absorption of curcumin by up to 2.000%. Yes, you heard that right, 2.000%. That's why many high-quality turmeric supplements include black pepper extract. Another way to improve absorption is by consuming turmeric with a source of healthy fat. Curcumin is fat-soluble, meaning it dissolves in fat. So if you take turmeric with olive oil, avocado, or nuts, your body has a better chance of soaking it in. Don't worry, you don't need to prepare elaborate meals to enjoy the benefits. Something as simple as stirring turmeric into warm almond milk with a pinch of black pepper and a little honey can make a gentle, comforting, and more effective daily drink. Some people like to call it golden milk. And it doesn't take much. A quarter teaspoon of turmeric is often enough when combined correctly. The key is consistency. You don't have to overhaul your diet or memorize complicated recipes. Just a small daily routine, done right, can slowly and gently support your health over time. And if you ever feel unsure about what you're taking, speak with your doctor, especially if you're on medications for blood pressure or blood thinning, as turmeric can have interactions. But for many older adults, turmeric is a simple, natural tool that works best when it's used wisely. So if your knees feel a little stiff, your memory isn't as sharp, or your digestion just doesn't feel quite right, turmeric might be a helpful friend to turn to. Not a miracle, but a quiet support, something gentle that works with your body, not against it. And that, to me, is the kind of medicine that truly matters, gentle, natural, and in harmony with how we live. In-depth look. 3 common foods that cancel out turmeric's benefits in seniors. Let's begin with a food group many older adults enjoy regularly, without realizing it may be blocking turmeric's powerful effects. Processed dairy products. 1. Processed dairy. Hidden enemies in your morning routine. Flavored yogurts, powdered creamers, and processed cheese slices remain common in many seniors' daily routines. These fall under the category of processed dairy. The issue isn't with dairy itself, but how it's processed, with stabilizers, artificial flavors, and proteins like casein or whey added. These proteins bind with curcumin, the active ingredient in turmeric, and prevent it from being absorbed into the bloodstream. as pointed out by experts from the Mayo Clinic and Cleveland Clinic. Seniors often experience slower digestion. When turmeric is combined with these processed dairy products, it can lead to bloating, gas, and discomfort, essentially neutralizing turmeric's natural anti-inflammatory properties. Take the case of Mr. Richard, a 67-year-old retiree from Oregon. He drank turmeric mixed with flavored coffee creamer every morning for 6 months and didn't feel any benefits. Only after switching to plain warm water did he finally start noticing relief in his knee arthritis. 2. Vinegar-heavy foods. The acid that breaks turmeric down. Let's talk about vinegary foods, things like pickles, salad dressings with vinaigrette, ketchup, and mustard. While they can enhance flavor, they can also do damage to turmeric's effectiveness. Curcumin is unstable in acidic environments. When taken with vinegar-heavy foods, it quickly breaks down before your body has a chance to absorb it. As noted in Healthline, acidic pH levels in the stomach, especially after eating vinegary items, can degrade curcumin's structure within minutes. This isn't just about absorption. Acidic foods can also worsen acid reflux and heartburn, problems that many seniors already face due to age-related weakening of the esophageal valve. One example comes from a 72-year-old woman in Ohio named Linda. She was taking turmeric supplements daily to help with joint inflammation, but regularly ate pickles and vinaigrette salads. After a consultation, her doctor advised replacing vinegar with lemon and olive oil. 2 weeks later, she began noticing smoother digestion and less joint stiffness. 3. Sugary cereals and baked goods, a sweet saboteur. Sweet breakfast items like banana bread, muffins, frosted cereals, and pancakes with syrup may be comforting, but they are turmeric's worst enemy. Refined sugar actively promotes inflammation, working against turmeric's natural anti-inflammatory effects. According to Harvard Health, eating sugar while taking turmeric sends mixed signals to the body. One compound is trying to reduce inflammation, while the other is increasing it. This internal tug-of-war makes turmeric far less effective. And for older adults, sugar can raise blood sugar levels, worsen fatigue, and even increase joint pain. Let's look at the story of Ms. Joan, 65, from Florida. Every morning, she drank turmeric tea alongside a sweet muffin. Despite her efforts, her blood sugar was unstable and her knee pain lingered. Upon switching to unsweetened oatmeal and adding a bit of coconut oil to her turmeric drink, she began feeling more energetic and noticed a visible drop in inflammation symptoms. The bigger picture. Why these foods matter more as you age. When we look at these 3 food groups, processed dairy, vinegary foods, and sugary treats, they all have something in common. They disrupt curcumin's effect by breaking it down, blocking absorption, or sending mixed signals to your body. For seniors, turmeric can be a gentle but powerful ally. It helps with joint pain, digestion, memory retention, and reducing the risk of heart disease. But when taken alongside the wrong foods, it loses its magic. According to the Cleveland Clinic, here's how to get the most out of turmeric. Avoid consuming vinegar, processed dairy, or sugary foods at least 2 to 3 hours before and after taking turmeric. Take turmeric with healthy fats like coconut oil or olive oil to enhance absorption. Add a pinch of black pepper, which contains piperine. This can increase curcumin absorption by up to 2,000%. If digestion is a concern, look for turmeric capsules standardized for curcumin content. They're often easier on the stomach and more effective. Let me share with you a story that really stayed with me. Thomas W., a 72-year-old retired mechanic from Ohio, came to see me not long ago. He sat across from me, rubbing his knees and letting out a deep sigh. "Doc," he said, "I've been taking turmeric for almost a year now, and honestly, I feel nothing, no change. The pain's the same." Now, I've heard this many times before. So I asked him a few questions. "How do you take your turmeric, Tom?" He looked a bit puzzled but replied, "Well, I usually mix the powder in hot water. Sometimes I throw it into my coffee with a bit of condensed milk. And when my grandkids are over, I'll sprinkle it into pancake batter too. And just like that, I knew what was wrong. I looked at him gently and said, Tom, you don't have a turmeric problem. You have a strategy problem. Because turmeric isn't just about taking it. It's about taking it right. Let's break down exactly what Thomas was doing wrong, and what we did to turn it around. This might help you or someone you love avoid the same mistakes. Mistake number 1. No black pepper. No healthy fat. Thomas was mixing turmeric powder in hot water. Plain. It sounds simple and healthy, right? But here's what most people don't realize. Turmeric's active compound, curcumin, is very hard for the body to absorb on its own. Curcumin needs 2 things to become bioavailable. Fat, because curcumin is fat-soluble. Without fat, most turmeric just passes through your system unused. Piperine, a compound in black pepper. It increases curcumin absorption by up to 2.000%. That's not a typo, 2000%. According to Healthline and Mayo Clinic, turmeric alone may only give you 1% of its anti-inflammatory power. But when paired with black pepper and a little healthy fat, suddenly, that turmeric comes alive in your body. So, for Thomas, we made one simple switch. Instead of mixing turmeric into plain water, he started adding it into warm almond milk, with a touch of coconut oil and a pinch of black pepper. Just 3 small additions, and everything changed. Mistake number 2. Taking turmeric with condensed milk and sweet coffee. This was a big one. Thomas loved sweet coffee, especially with condensed milk, thick, sugary, creamy. It was his comfort drink. But here's the issue. Sugar and processed dairy block turmeric's benefits. Harvard Health and Cleveland Clinic explain that sugar is one of the biggest drivers of chronic inflammation. So when you take turmeric with sugar, your body gets confused. One thing is trying to fight inflammation, while the other is feeding it. It's like pressing the brake and gas at the same time. Worse still, processed dairy, especially condensed milk and flavored creamers, contains proteins and additives that bind with curcumin and block its absorption. These compounds trap the benefits before they even get to work. So what did we do? We replaced the condensed milk with unsweetened oat milk, no added sugars, no processed fats. Instead of sweet coffee, he drank a turmeric golden milk latte with cinnamon and a few drops of stevia if he wanted a little sweetness. It still tasted comforting, but didn't sabotage his progress. Mistake number 3. Adding turmeric to sugary pancakes. This one might surprise you. Thomas thought he was doing the right thing. If I'm giving my grandkids pancakes, might as well throw in some turmeric. 2 birds with 1 stone. But those pancakes were loaded with syrup, refined flour, and sugar. According to WebMD, sugary baked goods spike blood sugar, increase oxidative stress, and worsen inflammation. For older adults, this can aggravate joint pain, fatigue, and even memory loss. Eating turmeric in that context is like mopping the floor while the faucet is still running. It just doesn't work. So, we made a shift. Thomas started having his turmeric before meals, in liquid form, like tea or golden milk, so his body could absorb it properly. And instead of pancakes, he learned to enjoy oatmeal with cinnamon, chopped nuts, and a pinch of turmeric stirred in. His grandkids? They loved it too. Week by week progress. After these 3 small changes, we tracked Thomas's progress. Week 1. He reported better digestion, less bloating. He also started sleeping more soundly. Week 2. The stiffness in his hands, especially in the morning, began to fade. He could open jars again, something that had become a struggle. Week 4. His knees weren't clicking as much. He even started walking the dog again, without stopping every few blocks. By month 2, Thomas told me. "Doc, I don't know how to explain it, but I feel younger, lighter." That's not magic. That's what happens when you give the right tool the right setting to work. Let's pause and review. What helped Thomas wasn't some expensive supplement or surgery. It was knowledge. Let's recap the 3 simple changes he made. Added black pepper and healthy fat to help absorb turmeric properly. Eliminated sugar and processed milk from his turmeric routine. Stopped combining turmeric with sugary baked goods, and gave his body time to absorb it before meals. These may sound small, but they're powerful. And more importantly, they're doable at any age. Health after 60 is not about pills. It's about precision. And if you've made it all the way here, I want to thank you, truly. Thank you for taking the time to invest in yourself. Because in my experience, real health after 60 doesn't come from chasing magic pills or trendy superfoods. It comes from slowing down, listening to your body, and using the right things in the right way. Turmeric isn't a cure-all. But when you understand how to use it, when you respect the science behind it, it becomes a loyal, powerful ally. Not just for your joints, but for your brain, your digestion, your energy, and your peace of mind. No, we can't turn back the clock. But we can decide how we age. Will it be with chronic pain, or with calm? Will it be through silent suffering, or through graceful strength? The answer isn't in big, dramatic changes. It lies in the small, intentional steps we take each day. A pinch of black pepper in your turmeric. A swap from sugary cereal to a bowl of steel-cut oats. A second glance at the ingredient label. A warm turmeric drink instead of that second coffee with sweet cream. These aren't sacrifices. They're investments. And each one of them is a quiet promise to yourself. I still matter. My health still matters. I always tell my patients, aging isn't decline, it's refinement. You've earned the wisdom. Now, let's help your body reflect that same grace. So if this video gave you something, a little clarity, a quiet reminder, a gentle nudge, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with someone you love. Your partner, your neighbor, your daughter, your son. Because you never know. Something as simple as learning the right way to take turmeric could change someone's life. Just like it changed Thomas's. And if you'd like to keep learning with us, if you're looking for a kind, science-backed space to grow in health, we'd love to have you here. Subscribe to our channel, Senior Healthcare. Here, we don't chase trends. We build real health. Together. Every week, you'll find practical guidance, heartfelt stories, and expert advice. Made just for people like you. Because health after 60 doesn't mean giving up. It means showing up. With intention. With courage. And with community. So until next time, take care of yourself. Because you're worth the effort. And we're right here with you.